They say it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes just about the same to build a home. Volunteer coordinator Penny DeGeorge organizes groups that help do just that. Penny, thank you so much for being here tonight. It's such a pleasure to have you. I'm so happy that you're here. For those people who don't know, you are a volunteer coordinator for Habitat for Humanity of Gloucester County.
Yes.
Correct? So what made you want to get involved? How did you get involved in such a club that's helping give back like this?
Well, about 4 years ago, I took an early retirement from work, and I had always heard about Habitat for Humanity, and I used to contribute to them. And when I had free time, I wanted to do more, so I started volunteering on the construction site, because I just was always interested in building, and it was just so much fun. And we were a lot smaller then, and as we started growing and I started gaining more skills, we kind of needed more help with coordinating people. Absolutely. And so myself and then another volunteer coordinator started helping out Rob. So it just was a natural transition.
Absolutely. That. And now, as you mentioned to me, you said you even have a daughter that you get to work with now on site, which is exciting. So if you want to elaborate a little bit about that.
My daughter's a mechanical engineering student at Rowan, and Rowan has been a fantastic source of volunteers for us. And she's involved with one of the mechanical engineering societies that come out and help. So that's a lot of fun. I haven't gotten to work with her yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So for people who don't know, so you're very diverse. It's not just men, it's not just women. Right. You could even have students that get involved, which is absolutely great. I love that even before you've told me that you've even had fraternities become a part of this? Sororities?
We do. Yeah, Rowan has been a wonderful source of volunteers for us. When I started about 4 years ago, I think we had 1 or 2 organizations, and one of them was the Rowan Habitat chapter at the time. Now it's a club. But now this past year, we're up to 6 different organizations. We have some fraternities, some sororities. We have the engineering students come out, and ROTC group come out, and then the Rowan Habitat Club is a real big part of our volunteer pool. Absolutely. So it's just great to be able to rely on them. Absolutely. One thing we could use more of is some professionals, if we were to be able to draw from a pool from professional contractors. That would really help our whole organization.
Absolutely. And now, you said before, like, you've started from the beginning, and you've watched everything grow, which is incredible, and this is great. And how do you spread the word? How do you keep people? How is it growing? How do you see that happening?
Well, a lot of the times, I think it's just word of mouth. Okay. Because people come out, and we try to make it fun, so people are learning a skill, but we want it safe also. And it seems like a lot of people just go back and spread the word, and next time they come out, they bring a friend. So we're real fortunate, and then we have a fantastic board of directors who just spreads the word too. So that's helped.
Social media, now everyone is
getting on board. We do. We have Facebook, and
absolutely.
We have someone who tweets. However you do that.
Someone who's on Twitter now is a big thing.
To do that.
Which is incredible, as they were talking in the back. And like you said before, like something that they don't know is that you're also kind of a family, which I think is very important, right? So you don't just, as you're giving back to all these people, you also get to go out to golf outings, or you get to do dinner.
We do. There's a lot of social activities we all do together, because you're working with people day to day like that. You do become friends with them, and then a lot of us go out to dinner together or do other activities together, just because it's a real nice group of people to work with.
Now, I know you've seen a lot of people, you've done a lot of things, you've been on so many projects, which is absolutely incredible. What would you consider the most rewarding part of this entire experience?
Well, there's a couple of things. There's something about building a house from the ground up. I don't know why, it's just so gratifying. And I always kind of thought it must be kind of the way that the Amish people feel when they're doing a barn raising, because you get this sense of fellowship working with people, and at the end of the day, you have a product, you're helping a community, you're helping someone move into a house. Right. So it's just something about it. It's very rewarding.
Absolutely. Now, you told me there was one family, a little girl. I don't want to make you upset, but there was a little girl who stood out to you. So how did that feel? How was that for you?
Well, it's kind of heartwarming when the partner families who get into the house, who buy the house, they're so appreciative. And I was telling you earlier, one time we went to a habitation ceremony, and this little girl, I think she must have been only about 10 or 12, and she, I hadn't really even worked with her that much. I didn't even know if she knew who I was. And she came up and she gave me a big hug. And I'll tell you, it brought tears to my eyes because she was so happy because she had a bedroom. It's the first time she ever had her own bedroom.
That's incredible.
So it's really nice. It's very rewarding when you see that.
Exactly. I think people don't realize that, like, a girl at her age being so young is getting something for the first time. That's incredible. In her eyes, that means
very tangible.
Absolutely incredible. What are some things that people might, obviously they know that they're getting back, but can you explain maybe some of the things that people don't know and maybe describe what sweat equity means to people at home?
One of the misconceptions with Habitat is people think that we give homes away, which couldn't be farther from the truth. We build a house, we sell it at cost to a partner family. So people who come into our program are low to moderate income, and they have to put 350 hours of labor into the house, and it's part construction, it's part admin. So it takes them. They're working families. It takes them about a year to be able to put that many hours in. That's a lot of hours, 350 hours in the house. And we're only working 3 days a week on a job site or on a construction site, so it's hard to do that.
Now, all the supplies, everything that's incorporated into this group, it's not just given to you. It's donated. It's donations, right?
Some things are donated, but some things we have to buy. But we've been very fortunate. We've had. I wanted to read a list of our donors.
Go right ahead. We're more than happy to.
We've had several people who have donated product to us and material to us. And some of our donors are Frederick Heating and Air Conditioning, Larry DePrima, electrician. Home Depot's been a great benefactor. Park Bank, Newfield Bank. Investors Bank, Susquehanna, and Home Depot is also paired up with a couple companies who have not only donated their product but donated labor, such as Behr Paint, Roxel, Geldwin. So they actually come out to the site, they'll paint, they'll have professional painters, and they supply the paint. And Geldwin, Roxel, and then Bry Scott Warehouse donated for an entire year warehouse space.
Absolutely.
Which has been wonderful for us. So.
That's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
It is nice. So.
Now, what would you consider your biggest challenge through the whole entire process? Which is probably the hardest part for you?
I guess one of the during the whole work process, one of the most difficult things I think is coordinating everything. And we're fortunate that we have a great board. We have a couple construction managers, and they make sure that all the supplies are on site. They tell everybody what the job is, and then we have a build site facilitator and another volunteer coordinator, and our job is to make sure.
And to get everybody together, it's probably the hardest thing, but through all the obstacles, through all the challenges, you still manage to do what you do, and we really think that's incredible, and we really do thank you for that. So, Penny, it was absolutely fantastic talking to you. I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing, and all the stories that you're able to tell and everything that you're able to get from this and how you're able to grow, not only as a group, but as a person from it, I think it's absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate what you're doing.
And now let's take a look at how donations like yours have helped local families.